Okay. I think we're good. Check 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Yeah, it's probably good enough. Get the headphones off. I was scrolling Instagram the other day and I came across this Instagram reel by Matt Diavelle, and he was talking about his 3 tactics for avoiding perfectionism, and they are: get comfortable with good enough, focus on making your project done, and the third one was set deadlines. So I thought maybe I would do a video on this. I thought it was a really good topic. It was something I really never given much thought to. So let's get into this and dig a little deeper. Psychologists say perfectionism is a personality style where one strives for perfection through critical self-evaluation and concerns regarding others' evaluation. I was so concerned about this video as I was going through it, even knowing what I've read in articles and whatnot on perfectionism. I'm realizing that I'm even struggling getting through this video because things have to be perfect. I'm close to a highway, so about every so many seconds, it seems like there's a noisy vehicle going down the highway and it's messing with the audio. So much so that this is the second time I've recorded this video, and I know there's still going to be audio issues in it because there's just no getting around it. I love this microphone, this Deity D3 Pro. Absolutely love it. But when I plug it in, every once in a while I get RF noise, presumably from CB radios, maybe AM radios, people going by, whatever. It's just annoying. So it gets into my head. Perfectionism starts to take over. Things aren't good enough. And next thing you know, I just don't want to do it anymore. Which brings me to the idea that perfectionism is really toxic to our mental health. This entire video, actually, the research of this video made me think about things kind of differently. Perfectionism prevents artists and content creators and creatives from freely expressing themselves. I think all of us have an idea of what perfectionism is. It's just I don't think we realize, most of us probably don't realize, I didn't realize how toxic it is and how it actually prevented me from essentially creating freely, and not worrying about what people think. When I do a painting, I'm constantly thinking, will it be good enough? Is it good enough? This isn't the best, and that's not the best. I'm not using the best materials on this one, and I should be doing this and that. And things just pile up, and I realized that's perfectionism. Because what I did last month still holds true today. It's still good enough. If the artwork stands up to the artwork I did a week ago or a month ago, then it's fine. When I was young, my dad would say, I do a painting, I go show my dad. I'd be like, hey dad, check this out, and what do you think of it? He would say, that's good, Michael, go do it again. And I would often think, I don't want to do it again. I just put all my heart and soul into this. I think it's good enough. And essentially that's what he was telling me. It was, not about perfectionism, not go back and make it better, but go back and do it again so you get the experience. Go do something, go paint more, go do this. Practice makes perfect. And I think a lot of us, when we look at perfectionism, we start thinking too much in terms of we have to be perfect before we can even start, and that's just not going to happen. You're going to have to put in the time. You have to fail. You have to learn how to fail. You have to learn how to learn from those failures and get yourself back into a position where you realize that this is good enough. That's good. I can improve it again, but for now, this is good enough. And that brings me to the number 2 tip that Matt Diavelle talked about. Focus on getting the work done or the project done, right? To me, that really does go hand in hand with good enough, because when you start a project and you get into it and you start working and you realize that, this has to have an ending, or I'm just going to tinker with it forever. Have a process for, this is how I start a painting, this is how I complete a painting, and this is the end of the painting. This is the process. When you get started, learn how to get that process or that project done, and just do it. Don't overthink it, and constantly be reminding yourself that good enough is good enough, and the project is going to get done because I started it, and this is the end. And then tying in with that are deadlines. Is deadline. Is it is or are? I probably said that wrong. Anyway, when we set deadlines, it also creates this sense of urgency to get it done. Author and historian, he's an English guy. I want to say it was written in the 50s, maybe the 60s. I can't remember. But C. Northcote Parkinson was his name. It's called Parkinson's Law. And it basically says that work expands. Let me see if I get this right. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. So if you set a deadline way too far out in the future, you're going to fill that space up regardless of whether you need it or not. When I start thinking about projects and getting them done, I look at how long is this going to take me? So like a particular size painting might take 24 hours. And I know I like to paint in 3-hour sessions. Those 3-hour sessions would mean that I only need to do 8 3-hour sessions to get that done. So have that as a deadline. How many sessions can I get in a week? How long do I have to let the paint sit before I want to paint on it again? How long do I need to wait before I do this or that? Or, how long, right? So you start putting this all together, and for my studio practices as a part-time artist, I like to have about 6 to 9 hours of easel time in a week. And I'm terrible at it, I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I really would like to get on a regular basis. This example, if it takes me, let's say eight sessions to get through a painting at 3 hours per session, and it's a 24-hour painting, maybe it's because I know I'm giving myself 24 hours to do it. Maybe I can get it done in 21 hours. So let's try 7 sessions. Instead of working on it for a full month, maybe try to pull back and get it done, a half a week earlier or something like that. I don't know. But just put it together. That's the idea. Just take your deadlines. Be realistic about it. Don't say, if you know something's going to take you 20 hours to do it, don't give yourself 10 hours and say, okay, I'm going to make that my deadline and I'm going to stick to it. And then when you realize you're not meeting your deadlines, you'll start to think you're not perfect, and it's just a terrible wheel to get into. But at any rate, that little Instagram post created this video. First of all, Matt Diavella is a pretty interesting cat on YouTube. I think if you're not following him, go check him out. I'll put a link in the description. I never really thought about perfectionism that much before this video. I really haven't, and it really got me thinking. So I'm going to start trying to take my own advice here and realize that good enough is good enough, and it's time to end this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.